Alright, this is Only Mans, and I am Seth.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jake.
I'm Brad.
Enjoy the podcast. Yo, we live. Okay. All right,
Live.
listen. I seen this on Facebook yesterday, and I thought you guys thought it was cool. I know it's on Facebook. Who knows how real this is, but you know. Anyway, all right. So a millionaire hires a guy. This guy, a billionaire. We'll say that. Millionaire. Billionaire hires a guy to paint a picture for him, and then he paints the picture. Then they get this picture appraised and say it's worth $20 million. And then they take said picture and they donate it to a what are those? What are
museum?
Museum. There you go. Donates it to a museum.
Dumb things.
And then they take this $20 million write-off off their taxes, and now they pay nothing because they donated $20 million.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Dude, is that not insane?
Yeah,
It's all rigged for them to win, man.
They've been winning.
I mean, if that gets looked into, I think that would be tax fraud.
Who's going to look into it?
Well, I
Nobody.
mean,
Their buddies.
Yeah.
would that,
Friends.
No, you're good, bro.
how do you call that tax fraud though? I mean, if they're saying, "Hey, this is worth,"
Because they're going. What do you call that? Like
you
at
have
work.
your friend do it or
Yeah,
whatever.
at work. I can't remember the right word for it. But if a manager or something, someone above you and your buddy, they're going to take it easy on you, help
Right.
you out. So
I don't know, man. I just thought that was insane. I saw that. I'm like, there it is. That's it.
It's bull crap.
Did you ever listen to that video that you sent me
Which video?
with Alex Jones?
No, I did not.
Dang it! I was hoping
I
we could
listened
talk
to
about
like
that.
the 10-minute excerpt I sent you too,
Dude.
but not the full hour one.
All right, well, maybe this could be for another podcast, but there is so much shit in that.
Did you send it to Jake or anybody else?
No, I mentioned this to Jake. It's deep, dude, and there's just so much of it to talk about. It's only like an hour and 10 minutes long, but basically, here's the biggest gist that I can get. Okay, America made a deal to allow a bank, the Federal Reserve System, to print its money. Therefore, whenever they get money printed from them, we technically owe this bank. So we are controlled. This country is controlled by this bank. They are the people that pretty much own the country. So whatever, basically whatever they say goes, or they run the country through the fact that they own us because we are in debt to them. So basically, flash forward from 1913 to the 2001 incident with the Twin Towers, and that's where America lost a whole lot of freedoms. As in, we have this imaginary war on terror, and when they say that, hey, this war is on terror, there's no defined enemy. Terror is a feeling. Terror can be anything, and this war will constantly be fought, and a lot of freedoms was given up there. I don't know. Like I said, this is just a little small gist of it. Maybe everybody can listen to it. We can go in depth later.
What was that like quote where it was like any man that would give up his freedom for security and safeness
Deserves neither.
Yeah,
I think it was Thomas Jefferson actually said that.
it was one of the founding fathers. I don't remember which one, but pretty much the whole concept right there.
Which is so weird for him to say something like that back in the
Fucking 300 years ago.
Yeah, 1770s or whatever.
Guess it meant just as much then as it does now.
Have you ever really thought about like the Constitution and stuff, like how little's been done to it since they wrote it?
and it still works.
It still works.
Yeah.
Like how good they did it.
Fucking geniuses.
They were
One.
great.
I mean, it's like 1,000% just focused on like human principles, not just arbitrary rules of a government.
Ain't there 10? There's been 10 amendments, right?
I'm not really sure, but I know stuff's been added to it.
I think that's what it is. There's been 10 amendments so far since 1776. That's crazy.
How many of those did they get right?
What, the amendments?
I mean, the women got to vote for one, so that's one wrong.
We're still talking about people.
Another cool part about that video I watched was that, and the whole women's movement or whatever was funded by the CIA because they had a alternate reason for it. Yes, women ended up with rights and stuff after that, but they could only tax half of the country at that point in time. You know what I mean? So half at that point in time, the only people that was getting taxed was men. The minute women started working, more taxes got incurred, and then now the government gets even more money.
Double the labor force, half the pay.
Dude, that video, y'all should watch it. It's insanity.
You can't tax being a housewife.
should
Or
be able to.
Jake's a house husband, ain't he?
I wish.
Life
Look
goals.
at it. He's the prettiest house husband I ever seen.
Life goals.
What's your wife's name again? Whoever she is, she's a lucky girl.
I'm
buddy.
just saying she's not here and there's a candle lit. You're the house husband.
I did it for you guys.
He's been sitting in here farting the whole time. He's like, it better smell good.
I didn't watch the full hour video, but I did watch like a 10-minute excerpt. And one thing that the guy said to me, and it struck with me, was that there's not really been a big, huge terrorist attack like that since. There's been little ones like somebody going to a club and shooting up or anything like that, but there's never been a 9/11 since 9/11.
The guy
At least
was
not in America. Like,
America is all that matters.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
like
wow.
the fucking what was it? Was it Boston bombing? Is that what it was?
The marathon?
Yeah, the marathon, Boston Marathon. That's what it was.
basically, according to this guy, where the bank owns the country, and the idea is to have every country come together under one form of money.
Rothschilds.
That's
where that comes
Isn't
in.
that like an Armageddon thing?
yeah,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and of course, remember this guy's actually talking from what, the 80s, something like that.
I don't know.
I forgot who it was. One of the Rothschilds is who he is friends with, and he said their idea was to have a chip, of course, put inside you, and that's where your money comes in and out of. And if you ever owe money, they could just immediately take it out without any kind of fight with you. And if you ever did anything wrong, your chip's just automatically cut off, and you can't buy shit. Money's not going to be circulated anymore.
It reminds me of Bill Burr. They turned his chip off. I ain't getting next to him.
I don't know. It's real interesting. But like I said, if you guys listen to it, then we can actually discuss this.
You ever thought that maybe like that kind of outcome is inevitable for humans? Like,
Yes.
like just as a human society, if it gets too big, it'll crumble.
Oh, eventually it's going to come. I mean, that's been told thousands of years ago.
Well, that's what I mean. It just seems like that's such a potent story in any sort of like religious or old text that like once society goes to its absolute peak, it will fucking crumble and fall.
You think we would be walking away from that outcome, though? That would be something that people wouldn't be trying to move forward to.
Like everyone's got like a 2% chance.
I'm just saying, no one's got any chance. It'll happen, but I think the only thing you can do is delay the inevitable. That's about it.
Yeah.
Rinse, lather, repeat throughout the history of humanity.
History of mankind. Yep. Your thoughts, Jake?
Suicide.
Dude, no, I'm just bouncing around in my head here.
He's like, oh,
I'm
I
like,
don't
how-
want to deal with that.
Like,
Fuck.
I'm just thinking, does it progressively get more and more? Like, is there a cap limit? Like, for how many people you can have before the fall?
Well, see, that's what they also mentioned about the whole war on terror, was that gave them a reason to put bases in Afghanistan and Iraq, and then eventually start, not controlling them, but turning them into that. I hate saying these words, like one world order,
Well, isn't there only like 3 or it might be more like 7 countries that haven't fallen under the World Bank?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Not many.
Yeah, it's not many. It's like single digits.
I couldn't tell you who they are. They're probably like little shithole countries.
There's not many. I think like Ireland was one. Like there,
Like I said,
Little shithole countries that could be bought.
they have
trade.
something of value.
They trade with potatoes over there.
Mm.
Hey,
I
I
saw
bet
that
you
meme. I saw that meme.
Did you?
Yeah.
I bet they're happy.
Drunk and happy?
They're probably more happier than the average American.
What is the average American?
Ugh.
Is it a Karen?
280 pounds, does not have a job, and lays at home complaining.
And?
that's the average American.
Oh, I think that kind of thing's inevitable, and when it happens, it'll destroy everything, and then it's right back to building it back up. And there'll be another golden age where everything's great, and then it'll eventually get shitty, and it'll destroy again, and rinse, lather, repeat.
Do you think we're in a golden age now?
No, I think we're on the downtrend.
Yeah.
When was the golden age?
This is hard to say. Between World War II and like 2000.
I think like right after World War II, the baby boomer area.
Yeah, for America at
Yeah.
least, I think was the golden age. Yeah.
Ain't it kind of hard to say the entire world isn't in a golden age right now?
Well, I mean,
with
every-
technology and everything, we were at the greatest point in time, of course.
Well, I mean, like, what is that like materialistically? Like, we are like so far ahead in the past like 40 years, and then has ever been, and faster than it has ever happened. Like, everything's like great in that way, like technology and stuff being widely available and stuff like that.
You got to have the whole world fall apart for that to be wiped away.
Well,
Whenever you say it's going to crumble, how far is it going to crumble? Like, are we going to go back to all living in caves and grass huts, or?
That's what I mean when he says that. That's what I think is not extinction, but pretty. Dang
I don't
close.
think it would go that. I don't think it would go that far. It would go as far as something along the lines of like what Nazi Germany looked like.
At what point?
The worst.
Okay.
Pretty bad, but it's still not caveman like. It's just modern hell.
People
Yeah.
starving in the streets and stuff.
L.A.
People shitting in the streets and stuff.
Well, this is kind of dark, but I believe this was like Ukraine during World War II. It was one of those countries. I can't remember the specific one. They literally had signs posted up that said, "Don't forget, don't eat your children."
Damn.
What?
I'm serious.
Well, that had to stem from something. That's kind of messed up.
Because they sent all their in World War II, they sent every farmer, every agricultural person off to Siberia to fucking freeze to death. They were the ones that were so they fucked themselves out of food production. That's what happened.
Jake, we need something from you, buddy. You're sitting over there just like looking around, shaking your head.
Dude, I feel my ADHD's in. Like, I just cannot stay focused. I'm listening, and there's too much coming at me.
Me and you are still hoping for the zombies, bro. Me and you will stay on that train forever. That's the one I'm hoping for.
Maybe it'll be the meth crisis. You'll get your zombies. By the way, this is kind of on the same topic. I'm pretty sure that like Tennessee is like ranked 7 or something in the dangerous states of America.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of Memphis.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, I read that before.
Yeah, and I was surprised when I read it, but I was like, damn, really? I know we're like way up there for drugs.
What makes Memphis so dangerous?
Go ahead, Jake. You can say it.
Why is Memphis such a dangerous city?
Because the population is so huge and
Enclosed.
half the people don't have jobs
And
and
their
they
minimum wage is $7.25.
and exactly the minimum wage is so low and the you can make $200 a day selling drugs instead of working at $7 an hour. Who wants to work $7 an hour when you can go down the street for 4 hours and make $200?
See, what's cool
Very
about
tempting.
that is you can, like, if you were living in Memphis doing that, you could sell your drugs.
And my CDs.
Yes. And then you could rap about how you just sold drugs. So you got like a double hustle going on.
No, man, you don't get to get a rap career and be an actual gangster. That stopped like 95.
Early 2000s.
Yeah. Like you got to fake the gangster part to make it in the rap game.
You got to
Anyway,
get facial tattoos too.
And then when everybody else is doing it, that's what you do too. If it's all you know, it's all you do. Anyway, so talk to. Ooh, man, this might have to be cut out of the podcast. I'm not sure, Jake. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine.
Well, just don't name
All right.
drop.
So talking to a certain friend that works where we work, and he has accumulated some ammunition, and he's been selling it for a little bit of a markup price or whatever, making that hustle. But anyway, I'm gonna get 700 rounds of 22 for $80 today.
That's a pretty good deal,
Not
man.
Yeah, I can't
not
wait
bad.
for it. I've been waiting for it since last night.
Is that a markup to you, or is that
No,
the friend
for
discount?
a markup from that's like $4 every 100 rounds of markup. There's really not much at all. No, but the same ammo, the same brand and everything, 1,000 rounds on Harvey's page is going for almost $400 right now.
Man, ain't no way I'd give you that good of a deal, even if you are my best friend. I'd be like, dude, it's at least 150.
It's not. I don't think he knows this. Honestly, I mean that's. Of course, that information's
Well,
out.
you better make sure you get it before we release this podcast.
Yes. I'm getting it this evening. I'm not trying to do that. I'm wanting it for myself. But yeah, it's an auction based thing, and it was the price I saw last was like a little over $400.
It's kind of hard to gauge how much of a deal that is because what is that like $4 markup every 100 rounds,
Mm-hmm,
and you're getting 700.
mm-hmm.
Oh, what is that?
$28.
$28. He's making $28 profit, but you're saving a possible like $300.
That's just because that's what people are agreeing to pay. I mean,
which is fucking
it's coming
annoying.
exactly. It's coming into the store at $8 for every 100 rounds, and I'm possibly paying like 12.
I mean, is that's not illegal, is it?
That's a good question.
I mean, that same thing with scalpers buying something like electronics and then
It's
going,
not-
oh, it's
I don't know.
$500 instead of $2.
I don't know if it's illegal, but
It's frowned
is
upon.
it immoral
A little bit.
or unethical?
Well, I
What
was
do you wanna
wondering
call
if it was it's unethical to scalp, but it might be illegal just because it's ammo. I don't know what the rules on that would be.
I don't think so.
Really?
It's as long as it's not some kind of special.
I mean, like you can't do,
explosive heat-seeking
Like, I can't-
liberal ammo
I can't do that with tobacco. That's illegal.
because it's illegal for people under 18 or 21 or whatever.
Same thing now with ammo. You got to be over 21 to buy. it.
Really?
Nuh-uh.
Well, at the store, you do.
Oh, at
It
oh,
must be
place of
then.
work you do. Fucking
Yep.
dumb. I remember buying a fucking slingshot, and it was like the slingshot. I didn't have to be 18, but the ammo for the slingshot, I had to be 18.
What
I
kind of
was like,
ammo do you get for a slingshot?
just fucking like
Marbles?
pellets. Yeah, they're like little plastic pellets, right?
I would go buy a pack of marbles like
Yes.
from the
Yeah.
toy section.
I
And
was
be like, oh, fuck people up.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, you can't buy the ammo, but I could buy the thing when I can pick up a rock, which is more damn dangerous.
When the coronavirus hit or whatever, people was buying up water and stuff and then marking the price up on that. So is that in your eyes? Is that
immoral.
illegal?
It's not illegal, but it's definitely
It's the dickheaded side of capitalism people like to bitch about. That's what it is.
To me, it just depends on what how much
you're taking
basically.
advantage of fear. And
Yeah.
like there could be someone that actually didn't have any water. Like so you had your last case of water, you just finished, you're like, I'm gonna get water today, and everybody's like, and they pile it all up. Now you don't have any fucking water. If anything happened, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, I'll sell you this case of water for $30.
For 2 goats and a
Okay.
chicken.
All right. So a case of water, a 24 pack costs $3. We'll say that, and then they're selling it for $5 or they're selling it for $6. Is that okay?
It's bullshit.
It's a little more reasonable there.
yeah.
And then the next person who buys that takes it from the 6 to 10.
Because they can.
Once you reach close to double the price, you are unreasonable as fuck.
You can't go double-digit profit.
No.
That's
That's the
cutoff.
next person. Hey, he paid $6 for it, so now he's charging.
You
10.
can't go double-digit profit.
It depends on the
original
item
price.
too, because like if you got like some nice item for like $50, right?
Mhm.
And then somebody turns around, you sell it to somebody for $75. I don't view that as too bad. You made a $25 profit because you had $50 invested.
Mhm.
That's a bigger gamble, you know.
Right.
But it depends on the price of the thing. If you have a $3 thing and you try to sell it for $10, you're being an asshole. You know, like
What about with the gaming systems, where everybody bought out the Xboxes and PlayStations?
I didn't look at how much they were trying to sell them
I
for.
seen the most expensive one I think I saw for a PlayStation was like $1,800.
Yeah, see, that's bullshit. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, someone will buy it.
Was it 500 when
Yeah.
it come out? Like 600, 650. I could see that. I could see it. But
I mean,
that's fair.
But
the value of something is what someone agrees to pay
exactly,
for it.
there's still not. There's no PlayStations. Like I don't know.
In an auction format where everybody gets a chance to bid, if they want to pay $400 for a $100 item, that's on them.
So what you're saying is the problem is stupid fucking people.
People are stupid. I won't pay it. I refuse to. And if everybody refuses to, the prices are going to go back down.
We've had that argument about trucks.
Yes.
About trucks
Yes.
being 60, 70K a pop brand new.
Yeah.
Not worth that much fucking money, assholes.
If you're selling your car for $5,000 and a guy comes up, or you plan to meet someone tomorrow and they've got the 5, and then someone else says, "Hey, I'll pay you 6," and then someone else hollers, "I said I'll pay you 7." Who are you selling it to?
The dumbass said, "Will pay me 7."
Exactly. And he's going to ruin what the value of the vehicle truly is for the rest of
Fucking
us.
the market up.
Fucking up that mark. What about that pussy mark?
It makes me think of Patrick off of SpongeBob, where he's like, 3, take it or leave it. And it was free or something.
I think.
Speaking of which,
free ticket.
yeah,
Like he's haggling for something that was free.
yeah. He's like, all right, here, have this. He's like, how much? And he's like, 6. And he's like, Anyway, where we're talking about all this, I've seen posts and stuff, and it just like pisses me off every time I see it because people are ungrateful. But it's like, yeah, I'm getting rid of my microwave or my couch or something. If you want
Yeah.
to just message me and come get it. And they're like, I can't make it. Can you come bring it to me? Have you seen these posts?
Or will you hold it for next week or something like that?
I didn't see those. I seen people were like entitled. They're just like, yeah, I live here. And he's like, no,
You're
this
not a delivery service, you fucker.
exactly. This guy was selling a microwave, And he's like, no, I can't do that. He's like, this is free. It's whoever wants it, or it's going in the trash. And she's like, oh, I'm a mom and with 2 children, and you're not going to bring this to me.
Oh, I'd like to have some words with this lady.
Yeah, this is good.
Well,
is good.
in the post, the lady was like, well, if I come get it, you got anything else to throw in? Like maybe she's like, maybe a blender, but only by this specific brand because the other brands are shit. And he's like,
I would have been like, yeah, if you come here and get it, I'll throw in a good fuck you as you leave.
I would have
Like-
just blocked her.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
I'm blocking her.
what the fuck is that?
I'm a single mom and this and that. I'm not a charity case. If you want it, come get it.
That shit annoys me. And also, I think we've talked about this before too, but like, especially with cars, a lot of people do it, but they'll be like, oh, I got an 88 fucking Ram. It's got a brand new engine, but it's not in it. But I promise everything works. Still full price.
Yes.
If it all works, why didn't you put it together, motherfucker, and then sell it?
I hate the cleaning ones. When you look at this, I'm like, I mean, it looks like, it's dirty as hell. And it'd be like $15. It just needs a good cleaning. Please clean it. I'm sorry, that annoys me. Clean it.
I agree.
You gotta make it look nice.
I don't
At least clean one side, like half try, and only take pictures of that side. Jesus Christ!
This is what it could look like.
Here's $15. Here's 10.
So I actually saw a post like that about an entertainment center. Someone was like, free entertainment center, come and get it. I think that's working both ways when it comes to an item that big, because more than likely they don't have a truck to haul it.
I'll help you load the motherfucker if I want it gone enough, but that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, but he ain't got no way to get rid of the entertainment center. So he's like, hey, somebody come and get this. At that point in time, it's a both way thing.
Would you pay someone though?
No.
Exactly.
See,
I'll break it down with pieces and throw it in the trash bag.
I got this. I got a giant ass china cabinet at the house that's put up for
Been
free.
seeing it.
Or maybe she's put it up for sale. I think it's for like $200. Did she? I
Fuck
told her
you.
to put it for $150.
It's expensive as hell. Whatever that thing
This thing's
is.
like, it's nice. It's got a light in it, whatever. But I don't give a fuck about the thing. If somebody wanted to come get it, I will help them load it into the truck.
Yeah,
But that is the most you're going to get out of me.
I agree.
You're gonna be unlucky. It's gonna be like a grandma that can barely walk, and she's gonna be
Yeah,
like,
you'll
"Help me!"
definitely
And you're
have
gonna
to
have
do
to
it.
lift that whole thing by yourself.
I can't, dude. It's heavy.
And she'll be bitching. She's like, "Quit! You're scuffing it up."
Oh,
And you know what I'll do when she does that? I'll be like, never mind, no sell. And I'll fucking stomp the motherfucker in and I'll burn it in the backyard.
it'll be right in the back of her truck. She'll be like, you scuffed it. Just flip it out. Flip it out. Start destroying it.
How much did she put it up there for?
Like $250, maybe higher. I thought it was like $350.
I told her
something like that.
$150, maybe $2.
I don't know. It's high. I saw that and I was like, what?
Maybe she said like $250 your best offer. That sounds
Yeah,
like, that
something
sounds
like
like
that.
how she would have done it.
Or best
Agreed.
offer.
Anyway, so let's talk about the pussy market that Jeremy keeps fucking up. I need you to understand.
How is he
something, man.
fucking it up? He's getting it for free. He's not
He
driving
is.
prices up.
Yes, he's driving prices up because he's hoarding it all. Therefore, the rest of us can't get anything. We're willing to pay a little
No,
bit more.
he's just got a great marketing plan and we don't. It's his face.
Tell us about it,
There's nothing to tell about it because I don't have any pussy.
dude.
I'm
Second
at
shift's about
zero pussies.
second shift is about to be ripped wide the fuck open, ain't they?
Well, they've only got 4 days of it, so they better get in what they can.
No shit. They're gonna be lined up in the meat wall.
He already ran through it all. It only took 2 days. He's like,
He'll be on there for 4 days. It'll be 4 months of in line women.
I wish everybody could see the smile on his face when we talk about this shit.
This is just so bullshit, man.
No, it's
It's the
not.
craziest shit I've ever heard. I wonder if you come up with this on the fly or you've got this like made up before you walk in
Definitely
there.
not made up. I just see you and I just know.
Honestly, I feel like on the side, you got an intimate relationship that nobody knows about, Jeremy.
Intimate?
Yes.
Oh,
Like he's got a queen.
I'm not
somewhere
gay,
hidden.
buddy.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I really don't. You got me.
Queens. He's got multiple intimate relationships. Dude, what is that? Jay and Silent Bob, what does he say? Hey, you're my fucking life partner. Something like that.
Let me love you, bitch.
You're my heterosexual life mate.
Yeah, he smacks me sometimes. Like, hey, you're mine. Don't you be eyeballing that pussy.
We'll be sipping on my Kool-Aid.
Yeah, don't be sipping on my Kool-Aid, bitch.
I'm trying to think of his fucking one little quote. You ever seen a fat man in an overcoat, something like that? What was
Have
it?
you ever had a fat man lick your butthole or something?
While wearing an overcoat.
Yeah, ever had a fat man in?
We butchered it.
You ever seen a fat man in an overcoat lick a butthole somewhere along those lines?
Have you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat?
There it is.
I wonder if that's the same process they used to find out the line they were going to use in the movie.
They're sitting there acting it out.
Dude, that movie's a fucking 10 out of 10. Watch it. Everybody go watch it.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yes.
You ever watch Mallrats?
No. I think I
yeah.
watched part of it and I thought it was shit.
Well, there's a part in the movie where I can't remember how he talks about it, but it's the pretzel scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you take your thumb, finger, something, and you rub it in between your ass cheeks, like around your butt or whatever. And
Jake smile.
It's so awkwardly telling the story.
I try to remember it too. But anyway, at one point he was just like, yeah, you do that and you shake someone's hand. He was like, that stench won't leave their hand. Like they'll have to walk around with that for like a week. And at one point he shakes this dude's hand and the guy's like eating chocolate pretzels and they're melted and he's like sucking them off his fingers and he's like, does he smell his fingers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that very faintly. The cool part about those movies is they're referenced in the other movies.
Yeah.
That's the awesome part. Cause like there's always little things that tie into all of them.
Man, was it the first American Pie? I think it was, where like the dog eats the wedding ring.
I think it was the third one.
Is it the third one? The dog eats the wedding ring and it shits it out, and like he's got it, and the mom of his wife thinks it's a ding dong or something, so he fucking eats it. Dude, I was like,
No, I'm like,
I was like 10 maybe when I watched that, and I was like, and I was in a recliner and I was going from side to side fucking gagging. Like it was disgusting, dude.
I remember her going, well, is it at least good? He's like smiling. He has shit in his teeth. So good. Yeah. Delicious. He played it off great.
She's like trying to grab it out of his hand. He's like, no.
I don't remember those movies very much. I don't know if I've watched them or not.
That's like one of the few things in a movie that's actually made me like feel like I was going to puke.
There's one scene in that movie, man, where he's talking about trying to bang that girl, and him and the guy that banged his mom, they were like competing with each other to try to fuck her, and he's like, guess what, shit brick, I won. I'm about to go in there and fuck her. I'm gonna be like milking a cow. You need to look up the scene of it.
I need to watch them. I feel like I've watched one, but I don't know.
It's been a while since I've watched them. Also, well, he fucks an apple pie, right?
Yeah.
Pie fucker.
Yeah.
That was a weird analogy in the movie. Like, it's like a warm apple pie. Like, that's where he got the idea from, is what he was trying to describe what it feels like to have sex.
There's a lot of times I say it tastes like strawberries, and it's never tasted like strawberries, Jake.
Keep lying to yourself. Say it does.
It tastes like strawberries.
If I think it enough, it'll be true.
Just think about strawberries.
This will be over soon.
30 seconds.
Damn, Eddie. I ain't going for a world record.
So anyway, Jake's crown's been took from him, and he is no longer stock daddy.
Did you sell, Jamie?
I sold AHT
For how
How much
much?
did you make?
$1,300.
Yep,
almost
stock daddy.
14.
Stock daddy.
If I had held for today, dude, I would have made a few hundred more.
What's it setting
Yeah.
at right now, though?
It got up to like 340.
Damn.
What?
Mhm.
I saw it at 314, but that was when the market was closed.
We're not going to talk stocks, but Jeremy is stock daddy now. Take your regular
it's
Jake
sitting
again.
Oh, I'm
Let's
fine with
see.
that.
It got up to 335 at 9:50 this morning. But tomorrow is earnings report.
And it's going to plummet.
It will fucking drop. We can buy right back
I
in.
don't like
after
holding
tomorrow.
stocks over the weekend, man.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Dude, you made $1,300. Fucking, he's the man. Pussy king, stock king.
Dude, I had a nightmare about stocks. I can't really remember it exactly, but I fucked up.
Bullshit. Your dreams aren't real.
Yeah. No, I kind of remember this. I was trying to invest in some kind of stock that we keep investing in, our common stocks. And I had one on my list that was super fucking expensive, like ridiculous. It was like $2,000 a share or something. And I accidentally hit that and bought shares of it. And I was like, fuck. And the moment I bought them, I was like, I'll
dropped.
I'll sell them. And it halved. and I fucking sold it. I was like, take the L, and I was kicking myself in the ass in my dream. I was like, how the fuck did I just do
I'm
that?
not telling anybody about this.
But like I woke up and I had like beads of sweat on my forehead. Like I grabbed my Robin Hood. I'm like, it's just a dream.
I sold the same HT for $120. That I'm happy with that. And then this morning I sold Doge for a $30 profit.
Hell yeah.
Nowhere close to the how much did you say $30,000 profit you got there, Stock
I
Daddy?
wish.
Almost to you, right?
26.
Got a quick random question, Seth. If someone offered you $500 to buy your dog, would you sell your
Yes.
dog?
No.
Yeah, I would.
No way in hell, dude.
How much would it take to sell your dog?
2K.
Nah, probably a little higher than that.
5.
Probably a little higher than that.
Bullshit.
Yeah, $5,000.
Bullshit, dude. If I pulled out like $1,000, you'd sell your dog.
I would not sell my dog.
Yes,
to you.
you would. I'd
No.
sell mine for like $30.
All right, let's preface this because this is from a conversation I had with him earlier.
This is actually really good. I like this.
Megan went to the flea market in Tazewell and set
Yeah.
up and sold stuff. She took the puppies with her, and she said people were offering to buy the puppies.
Of course.
And I was like, if you sell a dog, I sell you. But I was like,
Tazewell's flea market's fucking badass, by the way.
I haven't been in a long time.
It's really old and shitty, but it's childhood memories for me.
But yeah, it was like started from that, and I was like, man, if they gave me $1,000 and more, I don't know if I could say no.
There's
You would say-
there's a lot of puppies out there, bro.
I know.
You would sell how long have you had your dogs?
3
it's
weeks,
Not, it's
something
not
like
like
that.
it's going
Exactly.
to a bad family. It could be going to a good family, a good home.
3 weeks. Dude, I plan on having
Dude,
my dog till
I'll
it
sell
dies.
my dog to OJ Simpson for $2,000.
You mean Mike Vick? That's the better one.
That is
Dude.
better.
You've had your dog for 3 weeks. That's it. Both of them. And of course you'd sell the runt. You're more likely to sell the runt for $1,000 than the one you love.
I mean, yeah. I'll be like, I'll have the dog smell the money. I'll be like, that's your sister right there. You can smell it.
I don't know, man. I love my dog. Would you sell yours?
No.
For someone offer you $10,000 for that fat dog right there.
Oh, look at her.
Exactly.
I asked Vicky that earlier. I was like, what if they gave you the perfect house for the dog? And she was like, no, it wouldn't be the perfect house without
Oh.
Whisper.
Welcome to Mediocre Movie Minute. My name is Jeremy, your host, and I have the sexiest fucking voice. Anyway, this week's movie was It Comes at Night. And I have
You don't.
I never come. I have some.
You should have said she don't.
She don't.
Whatever. I was saying he doesn't get any. It works either way. You're just built different.
Let's see. I have some strong opinions of the movie, but Jeremy, this was your movie. I want to hear your opinion first.
Man, I was so disappointed in the movie.
Thank God.
So disappointed in it because it's got a cool ass title. Like the poster for it's cool looking and everything. And it just it sucked. I'd give it like a 3.
Damn.
Great, because I gave it a 4. And I didn't want to say 4 because that's what you said last time, so I was hoping you didn't like it either. Sure, whichever.
I'm actually surprised because the way you like talked to me briefly about it, I thought you liked
I never
it.
never
You're like,
described
I
it.
want
I
to
watched
talk.
it.
You're like, I want to
This
talk
is why I
about it.
didn't want to say
Yeah.
anything about it because I was like, it's a highly debatable one. And that's why I didn't want to talk about it. But
I'm sitting on like 5 or 6. I was wanting to say 6 because I thought it was an interesting movie, but I hated the fucking ending.
mine's exactly as Jake's. I was thinking like 6.5, but the ending fucking sucked.
Where was the interest in the movie?
The interest in the movie was the suspense on every fucking turn.
What?
Yeah.
I was falling asleep on every fucking turn.
The fuck?
There's nothing, dude. All right, this is the movie. All right. Well, something happened in the world. No one has any fucking clue what happened, but we're just hid up in our house. The end. That's the movie.
This guy comes and he almost beats the door in trying to get into your house.
It was boring as shit.
They're what the papaw? He was
He
sick
died.
and died.
I don't think they even knew what was wrong. There was just some sort of sickness that went around.
There's no explanation to it. You
Here's
go
a-
outside at night, and sometimes you get sick. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, what
Did you
comes
like
at
read
night?
anything
I was
about
about to
it
say,
after you watched it?
Nothing
No.
comes at
No.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing shows up.
Yeah, that
that
makes no sense. The title makes zero sense.
Well, when they go outside at nighttime, that's when you're going to get sick, more than likely. Every time someone goes outside,
I never
during that
remember
time.
hearing them say
Yeah,
that.
they just said
happened.
we don't go outside unless we absolutely have to. That's all I heard.
Well, then why would you be outside without mask on in the middle of the day? What's the difference between daytime and
I have
nighttime?
no
I
idea.
think
They
they
didn't
were
explain it.
just as lost as you are, so it's supposed to be. I think that's what it was supposed to be like.
If it gave me any kind of, I wanted.
I agree
closure.
with you. I hated the ending, but it was one of those fucking endings that you pretty much get to choose
I think the
because-
ending was the best part. Of
I don't.
because like you could make an argument that like the son of the main character's family or whatever was sick the entire time, and he's the reason that they got sick, that kid got sick
I've never thought that
because he was having like hallucinations and shit the whole movie.
bad dreams.
Yeah,
He could have got it from his papaw.
he could have. Like that, I'm just saying. And then what happens is utter bullshit because
How
they
about-
kill the other ones for
How
no
about
reason.
we actually start at the beginning and talk about the movie some more?
Okay,
Like at least describe what happened.
The very beginning, his papaw's sick. He's like oozing black shit out, right?
His
Yeah.
eyes are black.
There's some kind of sickness going around in the world, and they don't know because they've literally boarded up their fucking windows. They only go out in the daytime. They live in a rural area, basically.
By the way, I'm going to give it a 6.5. I never said my rating
I'm
Dude,
sitting
you
at
had
6.
me so pumped up for this.
because it's debatable. I thought it was enough for
It's
us to be
very
able to
much-
talk about.
I
You're
thought it was-
right.
I would probably watch it again down the road, honestly. Like I could rewatch it in a couple of years. 2
Anyway,
years.
the very beginning had the papaw dies or whatever. They kill him, actually. He's dying of some kind of sickness, but they kill him and they burn his body.
Oh, before you get any further, in the beginning, his name was Bud,
Uh-huh.
and I thought they were just like,
Sorry,
"Sorry,
bud."
buddy." And I was like, "Wow, you fucking
Right.
dick! Like, I hate to do this to you, Bud."
Like they're like so used to doing it. There's like, sorry, bud, you this time.
Yeah, right. And then anyway, so flash forward 10 minutes in this boring as fuck movie. Someone tries to break into the house. And then they hold him hostage, tie him to a tree. Turns out he's got a family, 40 miles down the road.
Yeah.
And then they bring this family in because this family has food and they have water.
And a kid.
Whenever
And a kid,
the main character put the guy that they had tied up in his truck and they were driving, did you see somebody sitting in the woods?
I
No.
didn't.
When they were driving, like the camera pans away, like it's looking through the windshield, and then it turns back to him, and out of his window, it looked like there was somebody sitting in the woods.
It could have been a fuck up like a cameraman.
Yeah.
It was like somebody sitting leaning over. I was like, oh
taking
shit,
a break.
there's a monster coming.
Yeah, plenty of stuff. When they get ambushed, when they're in the truck,
Mhm.
I was like, that dude's with them because he was in the back of the truck and he didn't move until after, they started shooting. And I'm like, he's coming out while they're still shooting. I'd be down if that was people that I didn't know. And he's like, I'm just going to beat the fuck out of this guy.
He tried to keep him alive too.
Yeah.
And
I kind of my only what criticism of that is when the dude gets out and gets under the car. Like whoever was shooting at him was pretty damn accurate. That would have not been where I went.
yeah,
At
I
all.
mean, while they were driving,
Yeah.
he
He was
shot
like-
the tire out, right?
Yeah.
Like
Boom.
shot the tire out, shot the window right beside his head, and then what he thinks being under the car he's any more safe. I don't.
They had to be going 40, 50 miles an hour at least. It's deadly accurate.
When he climbed on their car, I was like, they can see. If you can see them, they can see
I'd be sitting there
yeah.
worried that like every inch of me was behind the fucking tire. Like, oh Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah. I thought he was fucked when that happened, but
But anyway, they bring the family back, and
The good times roll, man.
and nothing happens. They
I
just live
thought-
in harmony.
I
The
thought
end.
what's her nuts was gonna have sex with the kid.
Me too. I've
Dude,
been waiting for that
there's-
the whole time,
Yeah,
man.
dude, there was like strong hints to that,
Well,
and
but-
not just him going like staring at her. He was like off to the whole movie, which might mean he was infected from
I
the
mean,
beginning.
It's possible.
Because like at one point I was like, is there like I thought he might.
He
have,
had
like,
a dream that
disability.
they fucked too.
They didn't fuck. She came in there, got over
Oh,
top
and
of him.
puked in his mouth.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
But yeah, I was like, are they
That's a
gonna
good
do it? And
dream.
then they sat down at the table, and he's like, I don't like ice cream or any happiness at all in the world. And she's like, wow, you're fucking weird. I'm not having sex with you.
He was awkward. Anyway, so when my favorite part of the movie was when the dog ran away. Because when the dog runs away and it gets in the woods and then he sees something and you hear the dog yelp. That was I thought, well, maybe we're about to find something.
Yeah,
out
like it went behind a tree eating
here.
it.
What happened?
You don't know because the dad was like,
And-
"Oh, it'll come back,"
Yeah, and you never find out, but the dog does come back though.
which is weird. How the fuck did that happen? It doesn't explain anything.
It doesn't. Well,
That's
that's,
what I'm
what I
saying. That's
mean.
why
It's
the
almost like every bit of it was a hallucination.
Yeah.
Like
Well, wasn't that like the mud room or whatever the fuck you call it? Like, there's a door,
Mhm.
and then you go into that room, and then there's another door. So the dog opened two doors.
yeah,
or one door
made
got
no
in there.
sense. It's almost like the kid himself killed it.
Mhm.
You know, maybe.
Oh, the little kid?
No, not the little
Or,
kid.
yeah, the
the
17-year-old.
17-year-old killed it and was like going crazy in his own head.
I
It's
don't know.
almost
He
something like
loved-
that.
He loved that freaking dog. And when it disappeared in the woods, I thought, all right, we're going to about to see a monster. I felt like the movie was getting started at that point. And
That
then
was the
nothing.
climax.
Yeah,
Of it.
and then nothing.
I read on it like it was like the director said basically you just wanted to make it super suspenseful and that was the only point of the movie. It wasn't supposed to have
Well,
any
he
kind of
did.
closure, anything like that.
I thought it was suspenseful. I liked
I-
it.
I-
I
I'll
thought it
agree
was
with-
suspenseful too.
It was, but like where there was no answers, I hated the movie. It just made me hate it.
That's what it said. Like as far as like what would you say? The experience of the movie, it was great, but it had no fucking like closure to it, no explanation,
No answers.
no
Yeah,
answers
none.
like that. And
We don't know what's going on. We don't know why it's going on or nothing. Anyway, skipping ahead to the families.
Okay, so more shit after the kid gets infected or whatever.
he finds the kid like outside sleeping on the ground for some reason. Like
he was
not
in the
outside.
bedroom.
He was in a hallway. Like he had sleepwalked
He
into
was
the
in that
hallway
room,
and
right?
asleep.
Yeah, the grandpa's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was asleep in there, and he gets him and takes him in there, and then they're like worried that he's sick and who got who sick, and they don't really know what's going on.
Okay, question. Say you're in that situation and there's a chance that your wife or kid is sick. Are you going to be in the room with them or are you all going to separate?
So you're talking about the original family, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
just
like-
you.
The main
you.
character family.
Yeah, the main character family. Is
Like,
that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
if this happened, would you go, we're all going to quarantine together or are
have
you
they
going to separate?
have they already been in contact with
They
it?
had already. They were already fucked.
That's exactly that's the question.
I
If
mean-
you've already been in contact, now it no longer matters.
Yeah, but you don't know how it works. Like, it could be like...
Yeah, we don't know shit.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it could be like the flu or something. Like, if they, like, cough on you. It could be like corona. You know, you could go by someone with corona but not catch it. Like, they weren't over there kissing each other. They could have separated. And
So you think everybody should have stayed in a separate room? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I just think like the point of it was supposed to be disturbing, and the fact you like think that. I mean, I'm gonna skip to the brutal part at the end of it, but you think that since they get in this argument about them wanting to leave and who's infected or whatnot, you think that their kid was sick and he infected their kid, you know, the main character's kid, and then he winds up shooting them.
So
And
all right,
like all of that. But I think if you take it back to the 17-year-old kid being sick and he was the one that caused it, then it was all bullshit. They killed people for nothing. It was all
do
wrong.
you feel like it alluded to the 17-year-old being sick at all?
With the
It
hallucinations, I think it did.
I don't
Yeah,
feel that
what was
way.
the point in
a little
the fever dreams?
What was the point in the whole movie? I really can't find a point in it.
Well,
Seriously, it sucked.
I got plenty of shit to bitch about on this movie. But
but it's a 5 or a 6, so it
I
takes a
mean,
5.5.
like it just character wise. I mean, like if I was in their situation and it's like, hey, the kid's sick, I'm like, wow, that fucking blows. Let's not go around them. Like that's. And they're like,
the little
well,
kid.
yeah, and it's like, they're gonna take what's theirs, like half.
Is that
I-
not fair?
Yeah, and also, why the fuck not? If you know they're sick, let them go ahead and live in fairy tale land and die together, and you can stay with your shit.
Well, if you read the description of the movie, it says a paranoid father. That's where I think that's where that comes into play because he's just fucking. Everything's gonna come back on you. Everybody's gonna kill you. No
I mean,
one.
If they weren't sick, yeah, that'd be more reason to be paranoid. Like, oh yeah, like if
And
there's
the
no
dude lied to
sickness.
him
What do you lie
about
about?
the brother?
about
That
his
was
brother.
weird.
Yeah, well, he didn't. He explained it off as it was his
he
brother-in-law.
was fucking lying.
Maybe. I think it just makes you feel that way. Was he lying?
Who knows?
If you ask me, he was fucking lying.
It's his brother.
He
It's his
even got
brother-in-law.
awkward about it.
Yeah, he got really
Because
awkward. Like,
would
he
you
got
not
caught.
be awkward?
I would be like trying to
Would you
explain the
refer
hell
to your
out of himself.
brother-in-law as your
Maybe
brother?
they're really close. If they're living together at this point in time and they've been married for like 5 years, maybe you would. Maybe
Nah,
you would.
He was caught off guard. He was fucking
Imagine
lying.
if me and you're talking and you have mentioned Vicky's brother as your brother. He's like, yeah, me and my brother was out there doing this, and now we're questioning. And I'm sitting here going, What do you mean your brother? And you're like,
What kind
oh
of-
fuck.
What kind of normal fucking person refers to their brother-in-law as their brother?
Exactly.
Yeah, in that situation, I would have been like, I'm going to bed, and then I'd go talk to her and be like, hey, so what's up? And then be like, yeah, I grew up with like 5 to 6 siblings. What about you? You know, that kind of shit. What about your husband?
Hey, wife, I fucked up. Say you had a
That
brother.
would get to
I don't,
Before
dude.
that
The
happened.
awkward part, man. The tension in that room when that moment happened, and he's like, they sat down having a drink, and then the minute that happened, he's like, "Yep, I think I'm gonna go to bed now." He's just up and out of there.
I'm on his side. I think the dude was lying through his fucking
yeah, I
teeth.
do too.
I don't know. I think it's just an awkward way to get out.
Another thing is, I don't imagine myself leaving out those details when the dude's like, if you don't tell me everything, I'm going to kill you. I'd be like, I grew up here. I had this. My first dog's name. I'm not leaving out details. I'm like, yeah, I'm at your mercy. You're going to kill me. And the wife pissed me off. Okay, they should have took what was theirs and left, like that half. That was fine. Especially since they're sick. They're not fucking coming back. The kid
Well,
tried
the
to
kid's
explain
supposed
that.
to be sick. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, if they're sick, why would they come back? They wouldn't do that." They're like, "No, we're doing this." Anyway, the wife's like, "We have to
Yeah,
kill him."
dude. She was all about it at that point.
Push
wasn't
came
she?
to shove. She didn't want
Dude,
to do
that
it.
pissed me
no,
the fuck
she
off.
didn't.
That pissed me the fuck off. She let him beat his face in.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
that is
like
true.
8 hits. Like 8 solid fucking hits into
I'm
his
gonna
head.
shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
Quit.
Oh, I don't want you to die, but it's okay if you have brain damage.
He's getting the living shit beat out of him. Then she finally does something about it.
She was just like, "If you have to kill, why would you be okay with doing it, but not or having someone else do it? Like,
Because your hands ain't getting dirty.
It's different
I
pull
guess
on the
that's
trigger
it.
yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's the
I
only
feel like
thing.
that's hypocritical."
I
And
mean,
I
it
hate,
is.
I hate that.
It is.
Yeah, but anyway,
Still,
That dude getting
there
hit in
was
the head.
like at least 2-3 too many hits before she fucking decided to pull the
I
trigger.
feel like after that second hit, you
Yeah.
didn't stop. You shoot for sure.
So would you have let the family go?
Yes. If,
Brad?
especially if I thought they were sick,
I think so, yeah.
I would have went to the door like he did, and be like, "Hey, is everything good in there?" And he's like, "Yeah, he had a dream." I'm like, I heard him coughing.
They're trying to sneak out,
I know.
man.
I
And it
would-
took them.
Well,
10
oh wait,
minutes.
okay, hold up. After the dude pulled the gun on me,
You ain't gonna hold anybody hostage and try and kill them, Brad. You ain't gonna do it. You won't do it.
I'm not gonna hold him hostage.
No, I mean,
Because the
even after
moment
the
they
dude-
wrestled for the gun, they're dead.
one
like-
person's dead, you're still not killing the other two. You ain't going through with all that. There's so much you got to do. There's
I'm
so many
just-
stoppages in those moments.
I'm just saying, like, dude goes up, knocks on the door to talk to him or whatever, and he's got a son with a gun over there, and I think he might have had one on him too. I don't know, maybe he didn't. Maybe he put it up before he
But
went.
he had that pistol.
he had one, and dude
But
came
so-
out, "Get your hand away from
Yeah.
your gun."
Yeah, as soon as he come out, gun in their face. They were both right in how they approached the situation. Both of them were, but
There's the amount of tension, man.
Mhm.
In that
The
moment alone.
suspense.
Yes, golly, I could only imagine being in that kind of moment.
the son was around the corner like that. He should have popped that motherfucker.
It was the
as soon as he
wife.
saw that gun. Is it the wife?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she
why
She
that
should have
happened.
popped that motherfucker as soon as that gun was in her husband's face. Should have popped. Done.
I was confused. I was like, "Why was she there if she wasn't gonna do anything again?"
Anyway,
Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, and the main character, dad's shoes, knock on the door, be like, "Hey, if he's sick, you can go. I'll give you half your shit." I would have. I
If you
don't
was
want
in
them
his
to take
shoes.
all my shit.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and say for anybody listening, that is not what his plan was. That's not what he
No,
wanted
no,
to
no,
do.
no. I'm just
He
saying
wanted
my
to fucking
shoes.
kill him. The
Yeah.
end.
That's fucking dumb. Let
I agree.
them go out
Well,
how
I
they
think
want to
he
go
was
out.
paranoid that they were gonna like come back, take more of their shit.
Yeah.
If they
But
were infected,
That there
they
wasn't going to
fuck-
be a half and half. It was
Mhm.
just they were going to come back and take more.
I would just escort them. I'd be like, "Yeah, I got your chickens and your goat loaded up, and I gave you all this water and half this shit. You know, go ahead and leave."
If I was that family, let's reverse that. If I was that family and I'm thinking the kid's sick, I'm only taking what I need for maybe the day.
They were in denial.
And then
Well,
come back
he
later
came
and
in
steal the shit.
No, not even come back. How many houses are out there, dude?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Oh, to loot.
yes.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places to find. I mean, you would think
Well,
that's what he was doing in the first place. Was
looking for water.
30 miles away, breaking into a house, hoping he could find some food or water.
Anyways, I want to talk about like what he did at the end. The father, the main character father, his accidental murder.
Yeah. Oh, how's it an
Oh.
accident? Didn't he? Would he
Well-
not plan to do that in the first place?
He
Kill
didn't
the
mean to
woman?
kill the
Oh, the
kid.
kid.
He did not mean to kill the kid.
He
What
would
was he
kill
gonna
the
do
kid
then?
from the get go, man. I think he's going to kill all three of them from the start.
Yeah.
I didn't get that sense at all. He just wasn't
No.
going to let him leave.
Okay, then what was he going to do with them? What's the
The,
plan?
the fucking tension of
Keep
the
'em in
situation,
there.
just trying to keep him there to figure out what was going on with who's being sick.
what
And
happened?
he
to,
did not mean to kill that kid.
What happened
No.
to his father-in-law?
I don't even think
He
he
got
meant.
sick.
He killed him. Okay,
Well, he's on his deathbed already.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do to three strangers?
Yeah, that are gonna try to get out, and they have guns.
Hey, I think he meant to kill the dude.
I think he's going to kill all three.
I don't think he was going to kill the woman or the kid.
I think he was.
Why would he not kill the woman and the kid?
He had no hostility towards them the entire time.
Yeah.
It was towards the guy.
Of course, it's because you take away the main threat. Because a woman and a child are not threats. That's why.
I mean, fair enough. But he did not mean to kill that kid.
I mean, he didn't mean to, but he was going to.
I don't think he was.
Yeah, I don't even think it phased him. Did you look at his face?
Hey, he was sad.
He
about it.
was hesitant.
He shot. He killed the kid, and he's like, eh.
I like how he shot her right after.
Yeah, what did he do right after? He blew it off. Like, okay,
I
yeah,
don't think
that's
he
what
blew
I
it
planned to do.
off. I think he was
did.
sad about it. Like,
I think he realized that chick had no reason to live anyways, and he just done something fucking horrible to
What?
her. Yeah, I think in that moment he realized he just killed her kid in front of
Might,
her.
Yeah,
might as
that-
well. The kid was going to die anyway, man.
Yeah.
The
The kid was
sick.
gonna die, but listen to how you're talking. This ain't a dog.
Dude, I think he mercy killed the chick. That's what I think he
Yeah.
did.
I don't agree.
In
with
his
that
mind,
either.
I think he mercy killed her.
I agree.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I think that's what he was doing.
Oh,
I-
I agree. with
More than likely, the
Mercy.
chick was going to get sick anyway because the kid was sick and she was slobbering all over it.
But that's
Doing all
not
that
your.
shit.
That's not his choice to make.
It is if they're in his fucking house.
It's
I'm not
his
justifying
choice
his
to make.
actions, but I'm saying that I think he used that,
The
done
dude-
that in service of mercy killing her.
He shoots at the woman and accidentally hits the kid, and the kid dies. And he takes a breath. To me, this is how it happened in my head.
I thought he shot the
watching it.
dude, and the bullet went through the dude and hit the kid.
No,
Then
No.
she was running off in the woods.
She was
Okay.
running off in the woods, and he pointed the gun. He was trying to kill the fucking woman. Accidentally shoots the kid. The kid dies. He takes a breath, clears his head, points it right back, and shoots the fucking woman.
It was a longer pause than that. He looked sad.
I don't think it was a longer pause. I think they, slowed time down.
I don't think
That's
it was.
what they did.
Like Brad said, it was a mercy kill. I feel like because she was like flipping out, and he was like, "Oh God, this is
He meant to kill her.
sad."
He meant to kill her first. He didn't mean to kill the kid,
Yeah,
but he was going to kill the kid.
I think it would be better if he killed her first than the kid. If that was,
I think
his
that
plan.
would have been the plan.
The
Yes.
whole thing was to figure out if the kid was sick. I think he was going to leave it alive to figure that out.
That's why they didn't show it.
After killing the parents.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, might as well mercy kill the kid at that point.
Well,
You've done killed the fucking
I
parents.
mean, I agree, but he's trying to figure out if that kid's sick to find out if his kid's sick.
Turns out this is probably the most fucked up one we've watched so far, huh?
It was pretty fucked up. It was pretty brutal. I read a thing right after, and it was like the father like brutally murders them or something like that, like goes on a rampage, and I was like, that wasn't how that went. Like he didn't go on like some psychotic rampage on them. Like that was an extremely tense situation, and like nothing was going to be done right in it. But he didn't go on just some kind of psychotic rampage and just fucking mow them down.
I think from the description of the movie, he was supposed to be.
I think he panicked.
Yeah, I don't think he was supposed to be psycho from the beginning, but he was just paranoid from the beginning.
Well, lying about your brother does that. Well, one last thing was what the fuck was it? Oh, all that was pointless. Like they fucking got themselves killed. If the black kid was infected, they risked themselves. That guy was like, "My son's not sick. My son, take that fucking mask off, dick move."
That was my point. If the black kid was sick the entire time, then the whole thing was pointless.
Yeah.
They were the ones in the wrong the entire time. They got them sick.
We also didn't say
It's-
that the main character, the 17-year-old boy, he dies.
Yeah. Well, and at
Because
the
he
end, it
was
shows
sick.
them sick. They're sitting across from each other, and they're getting the sickness on their face.
Yeah,
Everybody was dead at the end of it.
There was no monster in this movie. I kept expecting them. I thought that they was going to turn into like vampires or something. And at some point in the movie, it comes at night. It was going to come at night and try to kill him.
It wasn't
Nothing
what,
happened.
it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and it caught me off guard. But I think as far as, like I said, performance and suspense of the movie, fucking excellent. But as far as storytelling and like there actually being any closure or facts about it, fucking shit. Absolute shit.
or at least the sickness come at night. I mean, whatever the monster is, whatever the sickness is, give me some reason this is happening.
Misleading title.
Very.
I agree. So, anyway, for the next movie of the week, I'm picking out The Departed. It's old, but I don't think Seth's seen it. I need to rewatch it. Jeremy, you watched it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, good.
Well,
All right.
I've watched it, but it's been a while.
Came out 2006 and it's rated R.
Damn, that's old.
I mean, for you, you're like, oh,
No,
fuck, it's 10 years.
No, when it goes to 2005, 2006, I think that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Or supposed to be.
I believe it, as long as it's like 91 and before, it's old.
I'll take that.
What, 92 for you?
No, 90. But if it's a movie,
Okay, my point was, as long as it's 30 years fucking old.
if it was made before me, it's an old movie.
All right. An undercover cop and a mole in the police attempt to identify each other while infiltrating an Irish gang in South Boston. That's the description. It has Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg. Those are all the actors I'm reading off. And it has an 8.5 on IMDb. So that's our movie for the next podcast.
For a mediocre movie, this has nothing but great actors.
It's not mediocre.
and
It's a good movie.
It's supposed to
It
be
was
mediocre.
probably, was it like a blockbuster when it came out?
I don't remember.
Oh, there goes mediocre.
Yeah, well, this is what we're watching.
We're keeping the title.
All right.
The reason I said that he meant to kill them all was when they found out that the kid had what did the kid do? Sleptwalk and opened the door. That's another thing.
Which door? The big red one?
Yeah, the outside door. All right,
That wasn't the outside door, was it?
The
It was going
big
to the
red one.
mudroom area.
Okay.
Here's the thing that confuses me a lot. All right, now that one dude broke in the middle of the night. Right, the guy that they end up bringing his family over. He breaks in the middle of the night, and they don't freak out calling him sick, but the little boy sleepwalks and could have possibly opened that door, and then they flip out and say he's sick.
Because of the dog.
Yeah, the dog was sick.
They didn't start freaking out
that's
because
right,
of the dog.
That's right. Okay, well, anyway, so when they think the little boy is sick, and the 17-year-old comes in there and he's like, he wakes his mom and dad up and said, "Oh, he's in there coughing. I think he's sick." They immediately load up. The boy starts trying to tell them, "No, we can do it in another way. We can be like, we can let them have half the stuff and go on their way." They was going to be tied up just like he was at the very beginning and fucking killed. All three of them.
I never remember him saying they were going to kill him.
I mean, he might not have said it, but what was he doing?
Just to see if they were sick.
How do you see? There's no
We'll
test.
Watch them. It's pretty obvious when they get that sickness.
What was he going to do, Tom? Oh, that's another thing, too. In the middle of the night, that one guy was tied up to that tree for how long?
Yeah.
Till not.
And nothing
thought he
fucking
was-
happened.
I thought he did that to be like a dickhead.
Bait.
Yeah, to let a monster get him or something.
That
Yeah.
was so cool because I thought, like, man, he knows the monsters are going to come.
They
and he's
come at
tying
night.
him out there to be
Yep.
bait.
Yep,
Yeah.
me too. And nothing happened. So I'm like, okay, well, this guy just survived at night. So what's going on here?
I really didn't understand like how the sickness even like where it came from. And that dog was barking at something that you couldn't even see forever
Something
on
hurt
camera.
the dog.
Yeah.
If there was a second movie to this, then I might like the first one a little better. Because if the second one came out and like explained shit.
Yeah. Well, I kind of thought like it was a poor, quiet place movie.
Yeah,
I was
'cause
just
I'm thinking
thinking
of
that.
Me too. I don't know, man. I think he's going to kill all three of them. The father had no intentions of letting any of them alive.
I was feeling really bad for that 17-year-old kid though, because he was just like, "Oh wow, a woman, pretty. She's married though." I was just like, "Dude, you're never gonna have a girlfriend. Like in this kind of setting, you're fucked."
I was feeling bad for him because of the dog. Fuck the woman.
Well, I'm talking about
I mean,
relationship.
that he like as soon as his
friends.
as soon as his papaw dies, right? What does he do? He goes up to his room and he sits down with that dog and says, "Don't worry, I promise I'll do whatever it takes to take care of you."
And if you infer from the movie, he more than likely killed that dog himself
How do you infer
Where do you
that?
get that?
because the dog ended up in the house in
Yeah.
that mud room.
Yeah, like the body was through in there. That's the way I took it. Or the dog made it back.
Yeah, but there's two doors that are both locked. They
The only
explained that.
person that has the keys to the red door was his dad.
He said, or the wife
Or
or
his
kid.
mom.
Yeah.
He said the kid too.
Did the kid have the keys? I'm gonna have to go back and fucking watch it again. Then did the kid have the keys in the middle of the night?
I don't remember.
Did
seeing
he
that.
open the door up and say, "Here, puppy"?
No, it didn't show that. It just showed him go to the door and then freak out. That was it. But like Brad said, dude was fucking having fever dreams that whole movie.
I just felt like he was having nightmares. That's it.
Those are some.
And he
fucked
said
up-
he's been having it his
he
whole
was
life.
having like some like premonition.
Did he not
dreams.
say he's been?
No,
having
he
those
said
his-
for a while now is what he said. He didn't give an exact date.
I don't know.
I don't like the theory about the kid being sick the whole time.
Me either.
I don't like it.
I don't think it adds up.
Not to me.
And
Unless he got it from his grandpa.
to be fair, if you go and read about this movie, like, I don't want to say Brad's wrong for doing it, but he went and read about it, and it seems like it gives him answers from what he read
Yeah.
and not what we watched.
Yeah. So
You
it
watch
helps
one
you
thing,
like it.
yeah. Well, I mean, not helps you like it, but we watched one thing, and then you go, and then you're like, oh, well, I read that he said, well, maybe this was why, or the writer said this. No, those answers went on the fucking TV. I don't care what they said 3 years later. That's all I'm saying.
Well, another thing that was weird was the fucking. I would not want to be in that house after my grandpa was sick. He was laying in that fucking bed. He was in the house walking around, and then they come in and take the mask off. They're like, everything's normal now. You don't know how it works.
Oh yeah,
Fuck that. Like, we have to move.
yeah, you're right. But you're right, man.
The only thing that bugs me was that the dog was barking at something or someone, ran after it, something happened to it. And you know it wasn't the boy because he was standing there watching it.
I agree. Maybe it was a squirrel.
That's
yeah,
one
okay.
badass
What
squirrel.
hurt? Yeah, what hurt him? What hurt the dog? You
The
hear
kid.
it yelp? No, he's standing there
Oh,
looking up in
I
the
know what you're
woods,
talking
and then
about.
the dog goes, "Arr!" And then that was it. There went the barking. No more sounds from the dog. It died.
I don't
Yeah, that's what-
understand how
that's
it just
what
fucking
feeds you.
vanished. And I still don't. That dog saw something from like a mile away because they ran up over a hill
I
and then they
agree.
went into a clearing and there was nothing.
I think that's just bad with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it dogs. Man, my dog don't notice if a fucking bird's bouncing around beside it sometimes.
If there was something over there, you would hear it. Like if it was still hurting the dog and it didn't kill the dog would have kept yelping and
Yeah.
whimpering.
I
So
know
it just like
killed. It fucking snapped that dog's neck.
it was
whatever
still
it
alive
was. What do you mean it's still alive?
It was-
I never went.
in that mud room.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I don't get it.
That's what made me think the monster was coming. Vampire, fucking whatever it was.
Maybe the dog disappeared after it yelped. Maybe it's like a cave up there or something.
Sinkhole.
Yeah, sinkhole, like those terrible sinkholes.
Yeah.
Bloop, there it went.
Anyway, that bonus content.
You know, the more we talk about this movie, the higher my grade's getting.
Oh, really?
No,
It's like 4. I'll
No.
give it 1 extra point.
I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was good. It was suspenseful, and I was tired as
The
fuck
fact that
while
the
watching it, and I
movie-
stayed awake.
the fact that the movie sucked is what has us talking about it so much.
That movie was so dog
and
shit. Let
and
me
it didn't
explain
give
why.
us any kind of
It
answers.
sucked and it had potential.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I wanted to see like the ending. I knew it was coming. I was like, I got 15 minutes left, and then all that happened, and I'm like, okay, he's sick now, and I was like, is it gonna end like that? Oh no. Oh yeah, they're sick too. Now it's over.
I was waiting for suicide too. Murder suicide right there.
Would you kill yourself, or would you just let?
Me, no, but
Jake,
Come
why
on,
we
J-
got to talk about this every
No.
you always ask,
No.
Jake. You know I'm not killing myself.
No, I mean, if you were gonna turn into whatever, like it didn't tell you what it was. Like, what if you were still sentient or whatever? Like, I would let myself turn into that if I didn't know what it was exactly.
all I know is I think we need to find Jake help. He needs a fucking counselor or something.
Would you kill yourself if you stubbed your toe in the apocalypse? If you got long fingernails and you can't find anything to clip them with? That is such an inconvenience.
But no, like how you said there,
Jake's like, if I had a gun under my fucking bed right now.
would I kill myself? But no, how you said the murder suicide thing, I was expecting that too, and I was like, well, with them sitting down at the end across from each other, I'm like, maybe they're not going to kill themselves. Like maybe they're going to ride it out and see what happens. I don't know how it affects them.
Nobody knows because, well, we said this 15
The director's
times.
like, I don't know what it was about.
I was waiting for the husband.
We don't know what happens, just acting out.
I was waiting for the husband to pull out a pistol, slide it to his wife, and her shoot herself in the head, and then he takes a pistol and does it to himself.
In the ambush scene, fucking douchebags. Why would you do that? Like everybody's trying to survive.
I think the ambush scene was a little fucked up too. It seemed so misleading or out of place.
Where'd they come from?
I
The
don't-
woods.
There's 40 miles of nothing out there, and then of course they drive a 10 and somebody shoots at
I
them.
bet that was his brother.
I don't know. His
His
brother's
brother-in-law.
Yeah, that was his brother-in-law.
I
That was
would-
his other one.
Listen, I would have, in a quick, hurried stance with my life threatened, I would have called Billy, my dad. Like, yeah, I'm living with me, my wife, and my father. I've called him father-in-law 1,000 times.
Would you be like me, my wife, and my daddy?
Yes, Daddy. I'm just saying.
If you do that, it might save your life. You'd be like, your daddy? What do you mean?
Dude, it's a lot easier right now for me to refer to him as father-in-law instead of explaining it. Well, you know, my ex-father-in-law, the one that's Britt's dad, his name's Billy, blah, blah, blah. It's just so much.
I did like the little off guard brother part though, because like when he said it, I immediately was like, he has a brother. Like I thought that, and I was like, is he gonna remember it? I'm like, he did remember. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I like the awkward part because that's how I'd react in that situation. I'd be like, I don't know what
It was
to do
very
now.
awkward. Fuck his wife already, dude. Why are you not fucking his wife? Jeremy?
I don't know what pussy is.
Why would he not fuck his wife?
Who are you talking about?
The 17-year-old boy. Why did he not fuck the woman?
I don't know, man.
She was asking. She might as well have been sitting
she's
at
a
that kitchen
queen.
table with her legs spread open and no panties
Didn't he
on.
look at her tits and she like, hey, quit it?
Ew, you
I thought
you pervert.
She like did this or something. I don't remember. Right. One of the topics I had wrote down on my phone.
Yeah, we have to get to something because a lot of this got to be cut.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, I showed Seth the video. I'm not gonna pull it up now, but this person was recording a train going by. Like they were watching the train go by, and there's a guy kind of like 5 feet away from him, facing the opposite way, recording the train going by. I don't know what they're recording it for, but anyway, another train's coming from the opposite direction, and this guy's back is facing towards it, and he is like on the tracks. And when the train starts coming closer, the dude that's recording goes like that, and the train blows by and like misses this guy by like an inch, and it was like crazy looking. But anyway, why do we like revert to cavemen when in times of stress, like we can't get out a word? Like you see a danger coming and
Your
you're like
Your brain is like in basically fight or flight mode. It's not. You're not thinking.
That's
Yeah.
a good. That's
You're
good.
just. It's like. Ugh. It's like whenever you're having sex, you're not. I mean, especially if I ever have sex again, I'm just like, oh yeah, bitch. I don't say many words. It's just grunting.
Is
and
that what
shit.
y'all-
it sounds
last
like you
night.
have fight over flight.
I can't fight, so
Well,
I might as well fight.
I think that's good. I mean, it's just like is the same thing as look out. What difference does it make? Either way, there's not enough time.
If I'm walking and then I'm like look over at a guy and he goes, I'm like, what is this dumbass doing? And then I'll
Really?
get wrecked. Yeah.
Really? What story did you tell last podcast about you
You
and Corey?
went lady in red.
No, you and Corey.
Oh,
You over here twitching and
I wasn't
shit. There's a-
twitching. I was nodding my head, and he's like, "This guy's all crack."
No.
Don't
No.
talk about the clit.
I was nodding. It'd be different if he's telling the story and I'm like, then I would understand that looked fucking weird.
This whole segment is gonna be us with retarded noises.
Speaking of which, I didn't get to follow that up last time. Right after that happened, and the man on the boat story, and he got all red. We went outside, and he was all mad. And he was like, I didn't know what the fuck you were doing. You're just twitching. I thought you were just twitching. I was like, when do I twitch, Corey? And he's like, I don't know. And then he was just like, you should have did a better warning. Hooty hoo.
And thus Hootie Hoo was born. It's awesome how we remember things like that. Like, you know, from 10 years ago, something, or well, no, that's like a 6-year-old story, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something from 6 years ago. We remember one little, you know, part or one little fact, and then it's like Hootie Hoo, and then it's every now and then it gets brought back up.
Good days, good days.
Hootie Hoo.
Good times,
Dude, we
man.
are about to go back into some more good times. What's that? Jake, you cannot be fucking happy.
No, I'm you.
This motherfucker.
We were on
can't be
thirds at
happy.
one point, and you're like, it'll never be like it was. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it was like it was. My back was breaking. I was tired as fuck.
'Cause You quit going to the gym at the time, probably. and
6
you just
day,
weren't
12
used to it.
12-hour shift, 6 days a week.
Well, yeah, I'd be fucking
me and Cody,
tired.
you know, busting ass. We're about to go into some good times, except for Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy can come too.
He could. I don't know why he didn't.
He
try.
can come to nights.
Dude.
Get
Why
that
didn't you
pun?
try to come to Knott's?
I don't know, man.
Something about Queens. You didn't think he was going to get a Friday, Saturday?
I
off?
gotta save some pussy for you guys, man.
No
I ain't
shit.
been on third shift yet. You
Yeah.
guys gotta have some.
You know what? That makes the most sense right there.
Yeah, okay.
You're right.
You're welcome. I'm a good guy.
Well, like give it like 6 months and then come to third shift. Okay.
I'll give you guys a chance.
Yeah, give us a chance.
Well, Jeremy coming to thirds would just make more women show up to thirds to work.
Ooh, that wouldn't be a good thing, dude. Stay on days.
Like, Seth, I need you to pull the meat and produce by your
Uh.
truck. Jeremy's fucking all the bitches in the back.
That wouldn't surprise me. Walk in the meat room one day and he's just laying his meat to some chick.
He's like, I'm just patting out hamburgers for the customers.
I swear, dude, for real. I had a customer come up to me asking me to recut meat a week or two ago. I'm like, are you serious? Like, the only place around here that does that still is Save a Lot.
I thought Food City did,
Do they?
and Food Line.
Oh, they do. You're right. You're right.
Pretty much Walmart's the only
Well,
one. that does.
guess what? We're the only ones around here that don't do that shit.
One time somebody asked me to do that with a ham, and I was like, well, and I pulled out my box cutter. I was like, unless you want me to do it with this, I don't have any other way of doing it. She was like, oh.
That is a little bit of bone left on a ribeye, and she wanted that bone cut off. I guess she's wanting to save 50 cents.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But anyway, me, you, Brad, Vicky, Noah, about to be a team, bro. Trying to get David.
How many
Team.
days a week you guys get to work together?
Oh, that doesn't matter.
3.
I don't know, man. I just think I'm excited for it. I really am. But the way it seems,
Walmart-
Walmart's giving out free fucking money at the moment. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Me and K-Dog talked about that. He was just like, when I was like, why don't you move up? And he's like, I don't want to. He's like, I want to work less. He's like, Walmart just keeps going, here's money. Here's money.
I know.
And he's like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, lucky you.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, man. Well, sorry about the shitty ass podcast.
Oh my God. Every fucking time. Hey, we got 10 minutes left. So
yeah,
let's
we
try
need to talk about
something.
fucking something.
Fucking something.
Keep this in the podcast.
This is the sounds that Jeremy
we hear
hears.
this all the time.
ASMR.
Are you done yet?
Just come in my butthole.
And this is what Seth hears all the time from all of his women. He's like, oh, well, he's fucking them, fucking them real good. And they're like, please, Seth, oh my God, don't give me another orgasm. I can't handle it. I'm going to pass out. Please don't give me another one.
I thought you were going in a different direction with that. Like, I love you, Queen. Don't leave.
Don't leave
Respond
me.
to my message.
Gone are those days. So earlier, where we was talking about movie theaters or whatever, I remember whenever I was 16 and I was dipping and I was with some friends and I got called a pussy because I had this big, what we call goat chokers in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big old ball of fucking tobacco in my mouth. And about an hour into a movie, something like that, I spit it out. Like, it had lost flavor and I was done with it. Pussy. You're a pussy. Put another one in, pussy. That's exactly what I kept hearing. And of course, I fall for the bullshit and I do that. I bet you I lasted 10 minutes with that second one in my mouth and I threw up all in the fucking floor, dude. I'm sitting here, I'm just like,
And then your friends are like, look at the pussy throw up.
and then I wiped my mouth clean. The dip went with it. I spit the dip out, I think, a little bit before that. And we continued to watch the movie. that shit did not get cleaned up. Yeah, we didn't clean it up.
Boss.
Yeah. We finished the movie. I don't even know what I was watching, dude.
How many gang points did you get for throwing up?
I lost like 100.
You're like, now I got to poop on it.
Anyway, that was a good one.
Man, I would have been pissed to clean that theater.
I could only imagine. I got out of there quick. Like, after the movie was over, that was it. I was gone. Could you imagine cleaning someone's fucking puke up?
For back in the day, it was probably like $5.25 an hour.
Yeah.
So, do you guys clap at movie theaters?
Fuck no.
Have you been in a movie theater?
Yeah,
when
my
people do that?
little brother did it one time. I was like, hey, man, we was watching like fucking Madagascar or something. I was like, hey, knock that shit off. Or it might have been Paul Blart or some shit.
Dude, I think I was in, what was it? The ending of The Lord of the Rings, the third movie, maybe. And that's when everybody at the end stood up and clapped or whatever.
I don't get the point in that. Like, I understand.
A celebration. I get it,
I-
but
I get celebrating to a point. Like, it depends on what it is. The closest thing I been to celebrating was the Avengers movie.
the end game.
Yeah, Endgame, when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer. I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is badass. I was so happy. I think people were like, woo!
Right?
I don't think I yelled. Just so you know. I just remember being ecstatic about it. Like, yeah, Vicky was right beside me. I'm like hitting her. I'm like, look at it.
This is it. This is it.
Why are you twitching?
Because like, shut the fuck up. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, that was the closest I ever got. Just because I was like so happy. I like Captain America, and I was like, he's a fucking badass with a hammer now.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
I mean, I get it. That's
But
what I'm saying.
clapping.
Did you clap at the end of that movie?
No, clapping at a movie just doesn't make sense because they're not fucking there. You're clapping at a screen. It'd be like me clapping at the wall. I'm just like, oh,
Right.
Yeah, that was a good game. Thanks.
It's like movies is an adaptation to theater, and after a play, you'd be clapping, celebrating. I don't know. Like I said, I get it, but I've never done it.
yeah. Well, I want to go to a play. I haven't been to a play in a long time.
Would you clap to the end of It Came at Night or It Comes at Night? Would you clap to the end of that movie?
Oh, if it was a play,
No, if he was watching that movie
No.
in theaters, then at the end of it, would you
oh,
clap
it's
to
over.
it?
that movie was boring. I was clapping cheeks during it.
Dude, that's the only clapping Jeremy does.
No.
Tell me about your sex story, Seth. Your
Which
first
ones?
time. I'll listen.
Anyway, first time, whew, Lord, no kind of chemistry, no kind of, like want or drive or anything. It was like my mom had just left and her mom was supposed to be on her way. And then listen,
You're like, we got fucking a minute and a half. I got
seriously,
this.
this is how it went. It's like, hey, everybody's going. Yep, everybody's going. Dude, it's so fucking awkward. And you know who it is, too. Like, you want to do it? Like, yeah, we can do it. All right, so this bitch pulls her pants down and I stick it in this chasm. As I want to
Start sucking you in.
This is my first time. Remember this? I stick it in this chasm. I'm like, wow, that's just very
Roomy.
Plenty of room. It's really wet. I jackhammer for a whole 45 seconds, and then I'm pretty sure I stop. I'm like, I think she's here or something, and that was it. And then she leaves.
Who initiated that? Was it you?
The initiation was us being alone in my room. My mom had just left, and we was kind of like shitty kissing each other, just like little pet kisses.
Yeah, but I mean, were you like, hey, everybody's gone, or was she like, hey, everybody's
I don't
gone?
know. I might have. I don't know. I mean, it might have been me. I don't remember. But ugh.
You're like, ugh, I did it, guys. Ugh.
Yeah. Pretty much. That was it.
Got something for the rap album.
After, dude. All right. So this was Stinky Dinky. And after she left a fucking big wet spot that made my entire fucking bedroom stink. I remember opening up the bedroom window and closing the door, and I did not go back till that night. Swear I didn't. So the smell
Your dad
gone.
was like, yeah, that's what pussy is, son.
No, I didn't live. I just lived with my mom, and that was it in an apartment. But yeah, that was the story. I'm pretty sure, like, I only had sex with her maybe like 3 times. I just had her suck my dick after that. That was it.
Ugh, leaving a big, wet, green, nasty spot on your bed.
It wasn't a big,
It,
it wasn't a big green wet spot, but
it
she was
smelled
just.
green.
Oh man, this is a terrible story. So anyway, we break up. I think we're together like 4 months maybe, and we break up. And I get with my ex-wife, and we're all at a pool party at another mutual friends. And there's like, I don't know, like 6 girls, and me and my buddy was the only guys there. And
We're alphas.
yeah, totally. We're fucking losers. We're losers. That's just the truth. Anyway, so the ex-girlfriend's walking around. And of course, I told this story to my buddy at that time.
Oh, man.
I told him multiple stories because this ain't the only one. There's a lot. But anyway, and she walks by, and we started doing this thing. Like every time she walked by, we're like, "You smell
Oh,
it?
man.
Do you smell that?" Anyway, so about the 4th time doing it, she walks by and she stops in the middle and goes, "I don't smell anything." And dude, we lost our shit. We laughed so fucking hard. Those moments, those times right there, that was it.
That's pretty funny.
That's the
man.
best fucking times right there.
Very mean, though.
That was mean.
We could make that into a fucking cartoon. Like him and his buddy sitting at a pool and this woman walking by. You can see like the green odor emanating.
This was 13 years ago. I can remember every bit of this like it was yesterday. Every bit of it. The sex I can't remember, but that moment I remember that.
That's because it was fucking so funny.
Yes. It was greatest, man. It was greatest.
Yeah, it's just really mean. Someone should tell her, or
No, dude,
should have told her.
It's I don't know that much about vaginas, okay? We've all
don't sell
made
yourself
this.
short, Seth. Come on, man.
we've all made this clear. But she had some kind of like hormonal imbalance, some kind of pH stuff was going on or something, because she would legit get out of the shower, and after she got done showering, we would have sex or do something, and then
it might be good now. Nope.
no.
You know those pH strips for like pools and shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, that's fucked up.
I don't think she knew, man. Dude, how can you say something like that to somebody? Could you tell a girl that?
I mean, if I
didn't.
I
feel
try
that
to do the
comfortable.
hard stuff for people I care about. Like,
I didn't care about her.
oh, that's
Let's
point.
go ahead and get that out of the
But
way.
I mean, like, if we're at work together, sitting in the break room with other people, and you got like something in your nose, something in your teeth, I don't want to fucking tell you, but I do it because I'm like, I need to fucking tell you, because
Makes
if it was
sense.
me, it'd be awful. So if I was walking around and my dick was stinking, I'd be like, please tell me. If anything is bad, if anything is off,
you know, it's like that guy we used to work with. That's fucking armpits
Oh,
stunk
yeah.
real bad. Okay, the guy knows his armpits
maybe his
stink.
nose is fucked.
I guess hers was too. Then
I bet her pH levels are off too.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
That wet spot would go through the fucking bed. Just
It's like that damn alien blood acid.
She left, and I crawl up in her in bed. I'm like, oh my god, dude! No, you couldn't get in the room. Okay, you got in the room, you smell it.
I can just see it now. You're like inviting friends over. $5 to smell the stink spot. $5.
This
All
is
right.
what pussy smells like,
All right.
boys. I'm a man.
I got ribs that day. Oh fuck. Anyways, that reminds me. Same girl, we had a history class together, and I fingered her in class.
That whole class hated you.
Dude, I would wrap my hand up immediately after the. Immediately, my hoodie would stink all day long because I would pull my hand out, wrap it up in the hoodie the rest of the class.
What did you get out of that? Because that sounds like a
This story,
lose-lose.
Jake.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I got on that. This is how many other people tell you this?
I mean, you just keep doing like shit that you expect to be bad. You're just like, ah, damn, she stinks. Let me stick my finger in there right now. Yeah, it still stinks.
No, I didn't have to put my finger up my nose. But anyway, so I'd have to wrap my hand up in my hoodie. And I remember going to the bathroom in between classes, and my buddy comes in there with me. And I'm like, bro, I just fingered her in class. No, that's awesome. Remember, I'm 16. This is fucking awesome shit when you're 16. Anyway,
It's still
he's
awesome
like,
to you.
yeah, nothing's changed. He goes, let me smell. I'm like, okay.
You didn't even have to let it smell. You just pulled your hoodie off your hand. And your hand looked like the fucking hand from Scary Movie 2.
Here. Oh shit, dude! I can remember his face, dude. He puts it right up to his nose. Oh,
Did he lie? I was like, man, that's good.
no, he didn't like. Oh, I think it singed his nose hairs a little bit.
I'm thinking of a scary movie where it's like, you want to smell my fingers? And he's like, oh, that smells like shit. What the fuck is that?
Take my strong hand.
Oh damn! This is podcast material.
Shit. But yeah, you always smell things before.
What?
I don't know, man.
When it comes to
I
that,
don't do
dude.
it.
When it comes to that, you're telling me every girl you've ever been with, you don't smell it before you dip your stick in it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, just things in general, not just that. Like, you're just like, smell your sandwich. You're like, good sandwich, and you eat it. I'm just like, that doesn't.
I know. I do.
I know you do, but I don't know anyone else that does it. I think it's.
I like the smell of
strange.
things.
Yeah.
That's strange.
It's
Damn, now you're
strange.
making me
It's
seem
not-
like I'm
it's not-
fucking weird.
It's not a negative thing. It's just like I've never seen anyone else do that. I'm just like, huh, okay.
Maybe everybody else does it, just not openly.
Yeah, you're like you smash your head into bread.
You're telling me you wouldn't? I don't know. A pizza. You don't enjoy the smell of a pizza and then eat it?
While it's cooking, maybe I'm like, I smell pizza. It
I mean, I
smells
don't do
delicious.
that all the time.
I was there for a while. I seen you doing it like every lunch. You're like bologna sandwich, delicious.
Egg salad.
Smell's supposed to be tied directly, the closest directly thing to memory.
Yeah, I have no memory related to smell.
Maybe if you smelled some weird smell that was like different than anything else, and you'd be like, where did I smell that at? There's sometimes to this day, I had this ex-girlfriend in high school, and she had this certain kind of perfume, right? To this day, if a woman walks in the store and I smell a hint of that, it reminds me of her. Boom, immediately. But it not like, oh my God, I just loved her so much. But that smell, that perfume, she used to put it on every note that she wrote me back in high school, and she would spray it. And it's the only smell I've ever smelled, and it's like a direct tie.
The only thing I can even remotely think of is like those trees that stink. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Dogwood trees.
Yeah, it smells like semen or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard this
Yeah,
shit.
I didn't know that's what that smell was because I don't sniff semen. Seth, you're like, what's this smell like?
Come on, you can't. That's not fair. That's not
What?
fair. What do you mean? I'll never sit there and said I sniff semen.
Oh, I thought you were about to say, come on, that's not fair. Everybody does that.
No. Dude, I did watch a video of a fucking orangutan jerking itself off yesterday. I didn't watch this like on purpose. It was on
a
Reddit.
baboon.
Did you see
It
it?
was a baboon.
It wasn't just me. Anyway, the thing like jerks its wiener off and then it jizzes and starts eating it. And it looks like it's sitting on a fucking car. Did it not?
You know, I don't really remember what it was sitting on.
Well, they're filming it through a vehicle. Is what it looks like. So it looks like it's either sitting on the car or right beside of it. But I was like, oh my God.
I didn't watch the video actually. I just seen like baboon eats its own semen, whatever.
Okay,
Didn't
I watched the
click
video.
I wanted to, and I was like, man, nah.
Well,
This might come up on the podcast.
but yeah, the dogwood trees. Like anytime I smell that, I think of like weed eating and mowing. Like that's about it. And I'm like, oh, I hate these fucking trees.
Do construction. Any kind of fresh wood makes me think of living in a house where our house was half built, always having to fucking build on it.
I'd be miserable. I'd hate that.
You got your fresh cut grass. That the lake, that's a smell.
Yeah, nothing
Stinks.
correlates with it. I'm just like, it smells bad. That's it. Anyway, Jeremy needs to get out of here.
Yeah, Jeremy needs to go. Brad needs to go. We'll wrap it up.
Ain't that right, Brad?
How does he do his laugh? Until next time, how we wrap it up?
I gotta
Give me
get ready
something.
for work.
All right, yeah, Jeremy's leaving. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Keep liking and subscribing to Only Mans. This is Jake. Bye.
Sniff everything you can.